I'm John, and tonight I want answers about Russian spies, FIFA, and the oil spill. We're live in 32 seconds.
We're live now again.
We're live now. But I forgot to say how to say it.
We're just watching the opening title.
We're live.
We're live. Let's see the opening title.
We got credit for 32
and they're not
seconds.
even titles. It's just an unattractive picture of your head with the word John.
I'm screaming like I want answers. I got the damn.
Why did you take out the iPod? Open your eyes.
Welcome back. Check your calendar. If it says July 8th, 2010, then we're live. If you're watching this and your calendar says something else, then we're not live. If you're watching this on YouTube, also not live. And if your cousin brought in his DVD of the show, not live.
And then that cousin owes you money.
Yes, cousin has ripped me off. So, if you've never seen the show before, here's what's going to happen. This is like a courtroom drama. I'm the prosecutor, we have an expert witness, and you at home are the jury. And after I demand the answers from my expert, you will decide whether to convict or acquit.
That camera guy's a lawyer, and I'm sure he'd tell you prosecutors don't demand answers from expert witnesses. They ask them politely.
Well,
and
if you're a hostile witness,
I'm not a hostile witness.
We'll be taking your tweets. So during the show, you can tweet us at John Wants Answer, and there's no S in it because the way Twitter works,
Twitter sucks.
There's not enough space for the whole show name, so it's just John Wants Answer. So tweet us, and we'll check your tweets, and then maybe we'll answer your question. But
probably
unlikely.
Not. Yeah, unlikely.
My expert tonight is Keith Stattenfield. He's the host of Keith Explains, also on this station, Wednesdays at 8:30. Keith explains a variety of topics, but he often lies. But not tonight. Tonight, he's going to be telling the truth. Tonight, he's our expert because he's a news junkie and a history buff. So that qualifies him.
And a professional liar.
Which brings me up to we're in a courtroom here, so now,
we're in a studio.
Like always, we have to swear in the witness. And so I brought in a box of spaghetti because I know that Keith is a pastafarian. So Keith, will you put your left hand on the spaghetti and raise your right hand? Keith, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Mostly.
So help your God.
His noodly majesty.
Yeah. Mostly, that's the best I can get?
Mostly is the best you're going to get.
All right. That's better than we got last time.
Yeah, I had a problem last time.
So tonight we have to start with some corrections from last month's episode. Some inaccuracies came across the air. So, voting on Tuesdays. Everything you heard was wrong.
No, you do vote on Tuesdays.
Well, everything you said about Tuesday voting was wrong.
Well,
Congress
what did I say?
passed legislation in 1845 making this a law. And so November, we vote November because it's after the harvest, but it's not too cold out yet to travel. Back then, in 1845, it wasn't cold enough yet. It's always on Tuesdays, so you could travel on the Monday. And on Sunday, it was like everyone went to church on Sunday. So you travel on Monday. Tuesday, you get to the voting place. It took a day because it's a very rural country we had back then. It's the first Tuesday after the first Monday, because Monday, the 1st, would be All Saints' Day, a religious holiday, and that's why we vote.
There's a separation of church and state.
Yeah,
so
but
that wouldn't have been the reason.
That was the reason.
I think my idea was better.
Your idea was terrible. Gubernatorial is a French word for gouverneur. It is not a Latin word for rich ex-actor. To vote, you must be
a lot of people don't know, but France has some derivation from Latin.
To vote, you must be 18 or over, not just look 18. People check to make sure And you can only vote the one time.
No,
They check.
They
They
only
check.
legally vote the one time. I didn't say anything about it being legal.
Everything you said about term limits is wrong. Ignore the term limits. Nebraska has a full Supreme Court. There's no obstacle course for nominees of the Supreme Court. Bork was nominated by Reagan, not Bush.
Eh,
Supreme Court justice, his term ends when he dies or during good behavior, is actually what they say. The census is confidential for 70 years. You can't download the results off BitTorrent.
again, not legally. But I mean, you can get anything on BitTorrent.
And finally, Roe v. Wade is not a Harvard rowing club.
It is.
But if I was ever in a rowing club, I would so name it Roe v. Wade.
Yes.
That would be the best name for my club ever. Okay, now we can finally get started. First topic, Russian spies. What?
Yeah, who knew?
Russian spies?
They must have missed a memo.
Isn't the Cold War over?
Yes, December 3rd, like 1989.
What happened on that day when the wall
The day-
came down?
No. Gorbachev and G.W. H. Bush had a big meeting, and they went, well, I guess it's over.
No.
That was fun, wasn't it? And then they laughed. Ha, ha, ha.
What were these Russian spies trying to learn?
We have no idea. They were like, we're trying to find out about America. And I'm like, we have television and the internet, You could have just Googled pretty much anything you could have found out, as near as I can tell.
Or read the New York Times online, or
Yeah. I mean,
watch the
maybe
History
you might have
Channel?
to pay for a subscription to it, but that's not a lot of money.
Most papers are free anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, a Wall Street Journal you pay for, but
You pay for it, but
does the U.S. have spies in Russia?
not a single one.
Not a single one.
Not a single spy in Russia.
So we are trading 10 Russian spies.
10
'Cause one
Russians.
got away. We had 11 spies. One in Cyprus got away
Got away.
because he went on bail. Now, what spy wouldn't skip bail, right?
Well, a dumb spy.
A dumb spy. So this guy was smarter than your dumber spy.
Yes. That's why we're trading 10 for 4.
So we got 10 spies.
10 dumb spies.
We don't know they're all dumb.
We're pretty sure.
We are?
Yeah.
Trading
They were sending stuff back with electric ink. And it's like, didn't you ever hear of like USB thumb drives? Just encrypt it with PGP, for God's sakes. It's practically unbreakable.
These 4 guys we're getting back.
Yes, not spies.
Not spies. Who are they? If they're not spies.
I think mostly they're former executives of companies which expressed an interest for some reason in Russian culture or politics, perhaps beyond an interest that the average person might have, but purely a personal interest.
So they're jailed falsely under false pretenses.
Yes, they're convicted.
They were set up.
Incorrectly by I assume a corrupt Russian political system, which merely wanted to take their interest in tiny cameras and use that as a pretense for lifelong sentences.
So the president of Russia was recently here.
Yes, he was.
Do you think at that time Obama already knew about these spies? And he's like, or did he because it came out like a few days later.
Well, they said we've been following him for like 6 years. So you think someone would have mentioned this to a president at one point? Like, you won't believe what the Russians think they're getting away with.
So next time you see him.
And then they laughed. Ha, ha, ha.
What else does America need to know about Russian spies?
We used to
don't
be
know much.
really terrified of Russia, and perhaps that terror was misplaced.
Okay, that's all you need to know about Russian spies.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the scary thing is, what if those weren't the actual? What if those were fake Russian spies?
Diversion spies.
Just to convince us that Russian spies were not very spy-y.
So the good spies.
The good spies are still here spying away. I don't know what they're spying on.
Because what are the chances that we found all of them
All
at
of them.
once?
I mean, Russia's.
All of
You
them.
think they could have more than 10 spies?
Yeah. Airfare has fallen.
I guess we'll know next year or the year after. Or if that Red Dawn thing happens.
I didn't see Red Dawn. So
Oh.
bad stuff with Russians, I imagine.
Yeah, they attacked.
Oh, yeah.
Took over.
With Ron-
Wolverines!
I saw The Hunt for Red October.
Not the same movie.
Not same movie, but
No, that was a submarine.